Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you some Fran Tarkenton football. Uh, Two teams I created from 1958, the New York Giants and the Baltimore Colts, and we're going to play a little reenactment of the 1958 championship game. I have only the players who actually played in the game. There are a few players I didn't add because they had one or two plays on kickoffs and punt returns. But other than that, we're going to sim out the game using our Fran Tarkenton football engine. I'd like to say hello to Ken Castro in the chat, good friend of the channel, sports writer extraordinaire. And don't forget, we have Chat with Al tonight, and we have a big guest, Comics with Bueller. So I'm going to try to fly through this game and see if I can finish with about 20 minutes before the show, and I can set that stream up. Also joining us, John St. Baptiste. Check out that wonderful channel, wonderful music channel. Just check it out. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to John St. Baptiste. And he also has, with Johnny Be Crazy, Cylons, I think the channel's called, All Things Battlestar Galactica. Though it's not the Battlestar Galactica that I watched as a kid with Lauren Green, but that's okay. So check that out. As Johnny St. Baptiste just stops by to say hi, we always appreciate that. He's going to watch the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. All right, well, thank you very much, my friend. All right, so let's just roll for the kickoff. We're playing at Yankee Stadium, and even Giants, odd Colts. And it's even the Giants elect to receive. So the Colts will be kicking off from their 40. And doing the kicking for the Baltimore Colts is Steve Myra. Back deep for the Giants, Don Maynard, who would play for the 68 Jets. Here's the kickoff by Myra from the 40. And that's a 2-4. And we're going to go to our kickoff chart, 2-4, kickoff from the 40. And that's a 56-yard kick. So that'd be fielded at the 4-yard line by Maynard. And here's the return by Don Maynard. And it's a 34. We go to the kickoff return. 34 is a 28-yard return, so out to the 32. A good return by Don Maynard. And the Giants will start 1st and 10 on their 32. 2 ticks off the clock for the kick and return. Both teams are 10 ranked defenses, as they both gave up under 200 points in 1958. If anything, the Colts are a slightly better defense, to be honest with you, but I have to also go off what the records were, in that the Giants beat the Cleveland Browns 3 times with Jim Brown and held him in check pretty well. So that's how they are both 10 ratings. This should be a defensive slobber knocker. So Maynard on the kick return, that was a plus 28. Yes. All right, so 1st and 10, the original Grognard's in the chat. OG, check out that wonderful military strategy channel. If you're new to watching this, what we do is we roll the dice. And we go off, here's the red dice. I can't see where the camera is going to have it. I think you can see here. The red dice, and you always read the lowest one first. And I've modified the game. I put the defensive play cards down with an extra defensive play card that I made. If a black die is rolled, the defense has the correct defensive call. If an X is rolled, it's a base defense, the standard. If it is blank, we then go to the green die, and 1 through 8 will correspond to the defensive cards A through H. If it is a 0, it will be a base defense, and if it's a 9, it will be a base defense. All right, so it's 1st down. 1st down for the Giants. Giants were a running team in 58, and they're going to go handoff fullback to Mel Triplett. So here's the handoff to the fullback. This is a 7 offensive play against a 10 defense. It will go down 3 on the dice roll. And it is the green die. The black die is blank. The green die is a 6. And they're keying the fullback, so they're waiting for Triplett. It's a 36, and it's going to go down 35, 34, 33, only a gain of a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. Tackle by Gino Marchetti. So 2nd and 9 for the Giants on their 33. 2nd and 9. They're going to go handoff. Frank Gifford. Let me mark that down. That was a +1. They're going to go handoff to Frank Gifford. Gifford, halfback / flanker. Oh, that is a 36. And it's an 8. They're watching for the short pass, the Colts were. The black die's blank. So that's a 36. That's going to go down 3. Handoff to the halfback. And they're watching the tight end. Not a bad call, actually. Not great, but not bad. So it goes 35, 34, 33. Gain of 4 for Gifford. And it's going to be 3rd and 4. So Frank Gifford, puts his head down and grinds forward, keeps the legs churning, as we like to say. Gifford's good for 11 carries, now good for 10. That's +4 on his first. Triplet, good for 9, now good for 8. So 3rd and 4 for the 58 Giants. 3rd and 4. They go with the fullback, the left halfback, and the right halfback. And they're going to give the ball to Alex Webster, the other halfback, on 3rd and 4. It's a handoff. Let's see if that Giant offensive line can get the push. And they're waiting for Webster. It's a black die's a D. Colts have the right defensive play call. It's a 2-4. It's going to go down 3 on the handoff to Webster, which is a halfback. So 2-4. 2-3, 2-2, 1-6, minus a yard as he is smothered over. And it'll be 4th and 5 for the Giants, and they will punt 3 ticks off the clock. So Webster goes nowhere but backwards a yard. And now he's good for 10 carries. Tackle was made by Art Donovan and Gino Marchetti combined on that tackle. So it's 4th and 5. And the Giants will punt. And here comes the punter, Don Chandler, who went on to play for the Green Bay Packers. Back deep for the Colts is Ray Brown. Here's the punt by Chandler. And that is a 34 on the punt. 34. That's a 44-yard punt. So let's just back it up 1. Make it 45. 10, 20, 30, 40. To the 20. Fielded by Brown. And here comes the return by Ray Brown. And it's a 22. So the Giants will swarm all over that punt return. 22, no yards. Excellent punt coverage by the New York Giants. 1st and 10 for Johnny Unitas and the 58 Colts from their 20 with 12 minutes left to play in the first quarter of this championship game. 1958 replay using Fran Tarkenton Football, season I created. So Johnny Unitas comes out. The backfield is Alan Amici, Dupree, and Moore. Left end, Raymond Berry. Jim Muchler is the tight end. The line consists of Parker, Spiney, Nutter, Sandusky, and Prius. Giants on defense. 4 down linemen. Kakavich, Mogileski, Greer, Robustelli. Linebackers, Sloboda, Huff, and Serve. Defensive backfield, Crow, Kargelitz, oh my lord, Tunnel, and Patton. So here comes Johnny Unitas, Johnny U. And he's going to go hand off to Alan Amici former Heisman Trophy winner from Wisconsin. This is a 9 offensive play against a 10 defense. It'll only go down 1. Here's the dice roll. They're waiting for Amici. It's a black D. It's a 34. Goes down to a 33. 1-yard gain. Brought down by Andy Robustelli. So it's 2nd and 9. 11 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9. They're going to go sweep to Lenny Moore. Lenny Moore, this is a 10 offensive play on the pitch out to Lenny Moore. That's a 5 on the board, so it's a 10. The dice roll will stay the same. They're going to go to Lenny Moore. And that is a 24. Black die is blank, and they're playing the run. So 24, and that's a 2-yard gain for Lenny Moore. He gets pushed out of bounds, and it'll be 3rd and 7. So Amici and Moore on 2 runs combined for 3 yards. Let's mark that down. Amici's good for now 13 carries. Yeah, +1. Lenny Moore, good for 5 more carries. Yeah. What did he have? 24. 2 yards. So it's 3rd and 7 for Johnny Unitas. He's going to throw the ball. Short pass to Raymond Berry. Berry's the left end. And that is a 9. So this will go down 1 on the dice roll. Short pass on 3rd and 7. Here comes the pass rush by the Giants. And that is a 36. Black die is blank. It's a 4. And they're playing a pass defense, but Berry finds a seam. So 36 goes down to 35. 8 yards and a first down. Raymond Berry hits Johnny Unitas hits Raymond Berry. They needed 7. They got 8. So 1st and 10 on the Baltimore 31. Clutch pitch and catch by Unitas and Berry. Under 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. So Unitas completes his first pass for 8 yards. Berry good for 4 receptions. Now good for 3. Picks up 8. So 1st and 10 for the Colts. Handoff Allen Amici. Again, this is a 9 offensive play against a 10 defense. Dice roll will go down 1. The green die has jumped the shark. It's a 24 and a 3. The blitz is on. Here comes the run blitz by the Giants. So it's a 24. It's going to go down to a 23. A 23 against a C. 2 yards for Amici. 2 tough yards brought down by Sam Huff. That'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8 for the Colts. 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 8. So Amici, 2 carries, 3 yards. Down to 12 carries now. 2nd and 8. They go with the 3 backs, the fullback, and the 2 halfbacks flanking Amici, Dupree, and Moore. They're going to go handoff to Dupree. And a handoff to Dupree is an 8, so this will go down 2. And it's a good run by Dupree. It's a 45. It'll go to a 44. Black die is blank. It goes to a 7, but they're keying Dupree. Good call by his stout Giant defense. So 44, because the 45 goes down to the 44. G, gain of 4. So Dupree, tough running. And it'll be 3rd and 4 for the Colts from their 37. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Good tough running by Dupree. Brought down by Sam Huff, Giants middle linebacker. So Dupree, good for 9 carries, goes down to 8 now, as he picks up 4. So 3rd and 4 for the Colts. 3rd and 4. The Colts are going to hand it off to Lenny Moore. This is a 10 offensive play against a 10 defense. Here's the handoff to Lenny Moore. It's a base defense. It's a 56. It's going to stay at 56. So Lenny Moore against the B, which is column 2 off the chart. And it is a 56. That's a 10-yard gain. Lenny Moore hits the hole quickly and is through. Brought down in the secondary by Crow for the Giants. So a 10-yard gain. And I'll bring it out to the 47-yard line of the Colts. Under 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. A big run by Lenny Moore. He's only good for 4 more carries. That was a plus 10. So 1st and 10 on the 47. Johnny Unitas is going to hand it to Alan Amici. Alan the Horse Amici. And that is a Black Dice blank. It's a 7. So they're keying Lenny Moore this time. But it's a Amici can't get going. It's a 1-4. It'll go down to a 1-3. G. No yards. Amici is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. Alan Amici cannot get going. The horse has not left the barn yet. So 2nd and 8 from the 47 of the Colts. Under 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. Unitas is going to look for the end, Jim Mushler. And we have him listed as a tight end because we have to. Because of the chart, we got to list the guys as something. So Unitas is going to go to Mushler on a short pass on 2nd and 10. That's a leaner. We re-roll the red die. And that's not a good result anyway. That's a 1-4. And once again, they were keying Lenny Moore. So the pass to the tight end will go down 1-4. We'll stay at 1-4, 10 play against a 10 defense. Incomplete. Good coverage there by Sam Huff. So Unitas is 1 for 2 now. And it brings up 3rd and 10. Just over 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. 3rd and 10. Unitas is going to look for Raymond Berry on the medium pass to the left end. This is a 10 offensive play against a 10 defense, 16 play call. So Unitas to Berry. Here comes the pass rush by the Giants. It's a base defense. Black dice blank. It's a green 0, so it's a base defense 33. It's going to stay a 33B. Incomplete. Just out of the reach of Berry. If it was a 34, it would have been caught for 11 yards. The Giants hold as Unitas goes to the turf on the hit by Robustelli. So it's 4th and 10. Here comes the punt. So we'll just check off 2, and we have 5 minutes to play after the punt. So incomplete for Johnny Unitas. Now 1 for 3 for 8 yards. As he was looking for Raymond Berry to try to pick up that first down on 3rd like they did the previous time. Here's the punter. Oh, the punter's Ray Brown. The punt return is Carl Tassif. My faux pas. Well, he got a punt return. Actually, he got nailed. So here's the punt by Brown from his own 47. And not a good one. That's a 1-3 on the punt. It's only a 37-yard punt. We're going to actually back it up 2. Make it 39. 10, 20, 30, 5. To the 16 on the punt. So that was only a 37-yard punt. Brown shanks it off his foot. The return for the Giants, a familiar name, Don Maynard. Again, played for the 68 Jets. Here's a return, looking for a big one for the Giants. That's a 1-2 on the punt return. Zigging and zagging goes Maynard. He picks up 9 yards. The pop, the ball comes loose. Who will have it? Let's see if the Colts will recover. 1 through 4. The Colts recover. 5 and 6. The Giants recover. It's a 6. The Giants recover. Johnny on the spot is Shelkner. He recovers the fumble after the 9-yard gain, and Maynard breathes a sigh of relief. So out to the 25-yard line. Fumble is recovered by Shelkner. It'll be 1st and 10. Oh boy. Don Maynard will hear an earful from Vince Lombardi and Tom Landry, both assistant coaches for the Giants in 58. Neither would get the head coaching job, showing the brilliance of the Giants front office. Morons! So Maynard on the punt return, +9, fumble, but recovered. So here comes Charlie Connolly and the Giants offense. Triplett, Gifford, Webster in the backfield. Rote and Shelkner are the ends. We do list Rote as a flanker, though, just because of the chart. All right, 1st and 10. They're going to give the ball to the fullback, Triplett. It's a 7 offensive play against a 10 defense. They need a high roll. It goes down 3, and they're going to get the high roll as Triplett hits that hole. Black die is blank. It is a 6. Wow, and they're keying Triplett, so it's a 55. It's going to go down to 46, 45, 44, 3-yard gain. So the hole quickly closes. Great job by the Colts linebacker. Let's move that up so I can see it. Pellington with the tackle, quickly closing the hole up the middle. Only a gain of 3 for Triplett. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Under 5 minutes of play in the first quarter. 2nd and 7. So a 3-yard run for Triplett. It's now good for 7 carries. So 2 carries, 3 yards. 2 carries, 4 yards. He picked up 3. Did he not pick up 3? 55, 44, 45, 40, 45, 44. Yep, 3 yards. So 2nd and 7. 2 carries, 4 yards. 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7. They're going to go short pass to Frank. Gifford is out wide, so they're going to go short pass on 2nd and 7 to Frank Gifford. And that is a 7. So it'll go down 3. Connerly sets up the pass. It's a 34, and it's a blitz. So a 34 on the blitz. 26, 25, 24, gain of 5 on the short slant. As Connerly and Gifford beat the blitz, and it will be 3rd and 2. So a gain of 5. As Connerly completes his first pass to Frank Gifford, as Gifford was out wide. So it's a +5 for Gifford. And now he's good for 1 more reception. And we can come back around to them once everyone else is done, or if you're behind. So under 4 minutes to play in the first quarter, no score, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. They're going to hand it off to Triplett, 3rd and 2. They need a big roll, and they are keying him. And in the rules, it states you cannot go down to a 1-1 or go up to a 6-6. I was playing that way because when we were younger, I guess those were house rules my brother and I had. But I'm going to play by the rules they say for this game because the defenses are so stout. So it's a 1-2, and it'll stay a 1-2. A handoff, and they have the right defense on triplet on 3rd and 2. And it's -2 yards, and the Giants will be forced to punt as it's now 4th and 4. Art Donovan and friends with the tackle. 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. We'll mark off 2 for the punt and the return. Giants will be punting from their 31. We will back it up 1 once we roll to make it easier to count. So -2 to triplet. Not having a good day so far. 6 more carries left in him. And here comes Don Chandler to punt the ball. Needs a big roll here. And he doesn't get it. It's a 1-2 on the punt as they nearly block it. It'll be a 34-yard punt. We back it up 1 to make it 34. Fielded at the 36 for the Colts, as the Colts almost blocked it. So Chandler with a 34-yard punt. And on the return will not be the punter. It will be Carl Tassif. So here's the return for the Colts and Tassif. And that's a 1-5. Not getting those rolls here. The 1-5, no gain again. The Giants, like a blue wave, smother under Tassif on the punt coverage. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Johnny Unitas in just over 2 minutes on their 36. Johnny Unitas, first down, is going to look for Lenny Moore. Lenny Moore is split out wide. And we're going to go medium pass to Lenny Moore. And we have him listed as a flanker. Here's the pass from Unitas to Lenny Moore. And that's a 55. The black die is blank. And it's a 0, so the Giants are in a base defense. Oh, my Lord. Unitas to Lenny Moore on a B. That's a second column. 55. And it stays at 55. 10 offensive play against a 10 defense. And that's 18 yards, my friends. First down. 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Into Giant territory. 1st and 10 on the Giant 46. Unitas to Lenny Moore on first down. Medium pass. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Colts looking to put some points on the board here. Johnny U plus 18. He's now 2 of 4 for 36 yards. Lenny Moore makes his first reception. That's 18 yards. He's good for 4. Now down to 3. Lenny Moore has been a lot of offense here for the Colts. So 1st and 10. And they're going to go handoff Allen Amici. Amici has been smothered under by the blue wave. And this time Amici, as again they're looking short pass. Amici, black dice blank. It's an 8, so it goes to the H defensive card, playing the ends. And it's a 46. It'll go down 1 to 45H. 45H. Allen Amici, the horse, plows for 7 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 3. Allen Amici gets into the secondary, brought down by Tunnel. So Amici picks up 7. That's his best run of the game so far. Good for 10 more carries. And it is 2nd. Did I mark it off? I did not mark it off. It is 2nd and 3. 46 goes to 45. Yeah, 7 yards. And this will be the last play of the first quarter. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. They're going to give the ball to Allen Amici once again. Hand off to the horse. Oh, Amici's hit. The ball comes loose. It's a double one. Big pop put on him by Rosie Greer. And that is a blitz. So the run blitz gets to him. They get him 3 yards in the backfield. 2, 3, and the fumble. Will the Giants recover on the last play of the first quarter? 1 through 4, the Giants recover. 5 through 6, the Colts have it. And the Colts, Johnny Unitas recovers the fumble. What a play by Johnny U. And there is the gun to sound the end of the first quarter. Holy cow, did Rosie Greer put a pop on Alan Amici. He fumbled the ball. -3 fumble, but recovered. -3 fumble, recovered. Johnny U. So Johnny Unitas, Johnny on the spot. Colts maintain possession. It will be 3rd and 6 as we start the second quarter. Alan Amici, success didn't last long for Alan. Down to 9 carries. That was a slobber knocker of a first quarter. In the chat, we have Ken Castro, as I said. Hope all is well. OG. Original Grognard. Check out his channel. Phantomatic. Hope all is well. And before, we had John St. Baptiste. We go to the second quarter. What time is it? 8:19. I made pretty decent time on that. Hopefully the board doesn't fall as I'm erasing the erasable marker. So 3rd and 6. Big hit by Rosie Greer. Caused the fumble, but Johnny Unitas recovers it. So after a quarter of play, there's no score here at Yankee Stadium. 1958 championship game using Fran Tarkenton Football. I created the two teams' ratings. So, all right, 3rd and 6. You know what it's going to be. Short pass. Unitas looking short to Raymond Berry. And Berry's the left end. So this is a 10 offensive play against a 10 defense. It'll stay. Can Berry pick up a first down? Here's the toss by Johnny Unitas. And they're keying Berry. And it's a 1-4. It'll stay a 1-4-E. To the left end. Incomplete. Good coverage by the Giants secondary. Applying the pressure on Unitas. He had to throw a little quicker than he wanted. Was Dick Mogileski and Rosie Greer. So now it's 4th and 6. And here comes the punter for the Colts. So the Giants defense holds. Two tremendous defense. Each team gave up under 200 points in 1958. Colts had the better offense. And again, the Giants beat Jim Brown and the Cleveland Browns 3 times that year. So incomplete to Johnny Unitas. And the punter, Ray Brown, comes out. And he'll punt from the 41. We'll move it up 2. After the punt, he's going to try to pin the Giants back. Here's the punt, 35. A 35 is a 44-yard punt. They let it go in the end zone. So it's a touchback. And the Giants will have it 1st and 10 at their 20. So here comes Charlie Connerly. I know it says Don Henrik. He actually only threw 2 passes in the game, but I guess he's listed as the starter. We're going to stick with Connerly. So here comes Charlie Connerly. Connerly, 1-for-1, 5-yard completion to Gifford. They're going to look for Kyle Rolt. On first down, they're going to throw to Rote. The Giants are going to throw to Kyle Rote. And they're going to look for a medium pass here. And we just list them as a flanker just because we have to use that notation for the chart. So a medium pass to Rote. Connerly trying to mix up, cross up the Colts defense. And that's not going to help. As here comes the blitz. It's a 1-2. It'll stay a 1-2 as it cannot go down to a 1-1. And the blitz, and it's a sack, minus 13 yards. C. Oh, wait. No. That's a pickoff. Excuse me. That is a pick-off. Connerly's pass is picked off, minus 15 yards. So it's a pickoff. It's returned 15 yards. It'll be first and goal from the Giants 5 with the interception. And they actually did have an interception that game. I just don't have it up. But we'll give it to somebody. Carl Tassif with the interception of Connerly. And he returns it to the Giants 5. The Colts are in business. Holy cow. So that's an INT on his second toss. And with the pickoff, is Tassif for the Colts. And it's first and goal from the 5. So Tassif picks it off and then returns it back to the 5-yard line. The X is an interception. Had it just been a minus sign, like a -9, it would have been a sack. So first and goal from the 5. 14 minutes of play in the half. That's a huge turnover for the Colts. And they're just going to give the ball to Alan Amici now. This is a 9 offensive play against a 10 defense. And the Giants blue wave hold. Here's the run by Amici. And we're going to roll it over because that's a leaner. And it's a 26. And that will go down 1. It would normally be a penalty. But it goes down from a 26. The defense is the right play call. They're keying Amici on the inside run. So 26 goes to 25. And Amici gets 1 yard. It'll be second and goal from the 4. Tackle by Andy Robustelli. The Giants' plan seems to be to take Alan Amici out of this game. +1 for Amici. He has 8 more runs for him. They're going to pitch out Lenny Moore, and this is a 10 offensive play, so it'll stay even with the 10 defense. Pitch out to Lenny Moore. Can he get around the end? And 4 yards into the end zone. It's a 34 on a base defense. The black die is an X, so it's a 34. It stays a 34 on the pitch out B. That's the second column, 34. And he's pushed out of bounds after a 2-yard gain. So it'll be third and goal from the 2. Pushing him out of bounds was Sam Huff. Saves the touchdown. Moore thought he had got around the corner. 13 minutes left in the half. It is 3rd and 2. 1958 NFL Championship game between the Colts and Giants here at Yankee Stadium using the sim engine of Fran Tarkenton Pro Football offensive plays. I have created these ratings for these teams. Alright, so he gets 2 yards. And Lenny Moore is now down to 3 carries. Gets +2. And I think we're going to give it to Alan the Horse Amici here. Handoff to Amici. 9 offensive play against a 10 defense. And Amici on the base defense. It's a 46. It goes to a 45. Amici plows in from 2 yards out. 6-0 Colts. The horse would not be denied then. So Amici scores. +2 TD Alan Amici. 7 more carries left in him. So it is 6-0. Colts, they take advantage of the interception by Tassif of the Connerly pass looking for Rote. Just under 12 minutes to play. And coming out for the extra point is Steve Myra. They kick from the 3. The goalposts hang over the goal line. So an 11 is a blocked extra point. A 12 is a shank, the way I play it. As it's 10 yards, I say they shank it. So 13 and better, and the point is good. and it's a 24. He bangs it through, and it's 7-0 Colts. Colts draw first blood thanks to that pickoff by Tassif of the Charlie Connerly pass. So 7-0 Colts, with just over 12 minutes to play in the half, and let's write that down. 2-yard TD run. Alan Amici, former Heisman Trophy winner from Wisconsin, scored the game-winning touchdown in the 58 championship game in sudden death. Kick good. Seven, nothing. All right. So kicking off from the 40 for the Colts will be Myra. And back for the kick return, Don Maynard. His first kick return was 28 yards. So Alan the Horse Amici plows in. Comics with Bueller's in the chat. And he said, what's up tonight? Oh, we're going to go at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, if that's okay, Comics. I was going to shoot you an email after I finish this, but you're in the chat. Hope all is well. Is that A-okay for you, my friend? Here's the kickoff by Myra. And it's not a good one. That is a 1-3 on the kickoff. And that's 49 yards. Fielded at the 11 by Maynard. Remember to check out Comics with Bueller. And here's the return by Don Maynard. 7-0 Colts. Here's the return, Maynard. That's a 3-5 for Don Maynard on the kick return. 3-5. And that's 29 yards on the return. Brings it out to the 40. So good job by Don Maynard. Giants are in business, 1st and 10 on their 40. A 29-yard return, as he's had returns of 28 and 29 yards. As Comics for Bueller says, that sounds great. He's looking forward to it. So remember, come back, everyone, at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as we'll have Comics with Bueller on with Chat with Al, myself, Dog Sidious, OG, the original Grognard, and hopefully Chris from Stratmatic, Delaware. So I'll probably play this game up until, I'd say, 9:15. We'll see how far we get, then we'll finish off if we don't. So Giants trail. Actually, I'll play the half. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll stop, and we'll play the second half tomorrow. Or later. Who knows? All right, so 1st and 10 for the Giants. They trail by 7. Connerly, his last pass was picked off by Tassif. He returned it to the 5. And then Amici punched it in the final 2 yards after a run by Amici, a run by Moore, and then Amici for the touchdown. Extra point was good. Connerly going to hand off to the fullback triplet once again, and this is a 7 offensive play against a 10 defense. Will go down 3, and they have triplet keyed as they're playing the inside run. It's a 2-2. This will be a mega disaster. A 2-2 goes to 6-6, 1-5, 1-4, -1. The Giants cannot get their run game going. Smothered under by the front 7. I mean, everybody hit triplet. And they're going to give the tackle to Big Daddy Lipscomb. Gene Lipscomb will be credited to tackle. The whole defense seemed to hit triplet on that play. And his tough day continues. Another negative run for triplet. And he's good for 5 more carries. -1. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Giants on their 39. And yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll stop at the half. So 11 minutes to go in the half. 3rd and 11. They're going to try a flare pass to the golden boy, Frank Gifford. Again, this is a 7 offensive play against a 10 defense. They need a high dice roll. They're going to get a 44, and they're keying the flare pass, so they have Gifford keyed. But it's a 44, and it'll go 36, 35, 34. Only a gain of 1, and it's going to be 3rd and 10. So Gifford smothered under it as he takes the short pass in the flat and making the tackle is Don Joyce, the right defensive end for the Colts. So Gifford has used both of his receptions now, and he's only netted 6 yards on receptions. No more receptions left in Frank Gifford. Once they can come back around to him, but because they're trailing, they can continue to go to him. But all their offensive pass plays are 7s. It's not like it matters. They didn't have a really good offense in 58. They scored points in close, I guess. They scored touchdowns. I don't know how they got there. They didn't move the ball, so it had to be on defensive turnovers. All right, so that is a run, or a pass completed for 1 yard. 3 ticks go off the clock. Just over 10 minutes to play. So 3rd and 10, and Connerly will have to go back to pass, and he's going to look for... Oh, let's pick someone out, Al. Connerly's going to look for Kyle Rote again, and he's going to look for the medium pass again. 3rd and 10, looking for Kyle Rote. And again, we list him as a flanker. He really wasn't, but we have to list him as something so we can throw the ball to him. And that is a blitz. And it's a 3-4. Connerly under duress. It's a C-3-4. 3-3-2-6. 2-5. Incomplete. And now bring up 4th down. So Connerly finds his Tookus on the Yankee Stadium grass. And there's 10 minutes left in the half. Incomplete. Pressure applied by Gino Marchetti and Big Daddy Lipscomb. So 4th and 10 from the 40. And here comes the punter. And that's Don Chandler. He'll go on to play for the Green Bay Packers and Vince Lombardi in the in the 60s, actually. Here's the punt from Chandler. And that's a 1-6. Not getting those dice rolls. And that's a 40-yard punt. Fielded at the 20. So that's a 40-yard punt for Chandler. And fielding it at the 20 is the man who picked off the pass that led to the Colts touchdown, Carl Tassif. And the Giants have had excellent punt coverage as no yards have been gained. Let's see if Tassif can change that. He fields it on the 20, forgoes the fair catch, and he is popped! Picks up 15, what is that? An 11 plus 5 fumble. This could be a big play here. The ball's loose at the 25. Who will recover it? A 5 or 6. And the Colts recover 1 through 4. The Giants get it. And the Colts recover once again. Oh, my Lord. They dodge a bullet. The ball is recovered by Andy Nelson, a defensive back who's on the punt team. Wow. So a return of 5 by Telsif, and he almost gives back his interception with a fumble. So plus 5 and a fumble, but recovered. By Nelson. Colts hold on to it. And Weeb Eubank on the Colts sideline breathes a sigh of relief. That was his 3rd punt return. Wow, that would have been huge for the Giants. They needed that. But they didn't get it. The big hit provided by the very angry Sam Huff. Giants defense stays on the field now. So 1st and 10 from the 25 for John Unitas and the Colts O. Unitas is going to look for a pass to Raymond Berry. He's going to go short pass to Berry. So short pass to the left end. This is a 10 offensive play against a 10 defense. And that's a 26. And that is a penalty. Flags all over the field. So that's a penalty. Let's see who it's on. The lower the roll, it's on the offense. The higher the roll, it's on the defense. We go to the penalty chart. Let's roll the two six-sided red die. And that's a 46. And that's 5 yards on the Giants. Holding. Defensive holding. So it's going to be 1st and 5 from the 30. So a penalty plus 5 on Giants. So 1st and 5 for the Colts with 9 minutes of play in the half. And once we're done with the half, we will stop the stream and prepare for Chat with Al with our wonderful guest, Comics with Bueller. We're going to have Devin, the original OG, with us, and Dog Sidious, and hopefully Chris from Stratomatic, Delaware. All right, 1st and 5 from the 30. And he's going to look for Raymond Berry again. This time a medium pass to his left end. And that is a 2-3. And it will stay a 2-3. And it's an 8. And they're keying Mutchler. So wrong play call on the Giants defense. Black die is blank. The green die is an 8, which is keying the end Mutchler. I don't think the 2-3 is enough, though, on the wrong play call. And incomplete. So Unitas cannot hook up with Raymond Berry, who was wide open, waving his hand. And Unitas just shakes his head. He knows he missed Berry, so it's going to be 2nd and 5 now. So Unitas throws another incomplete. Two stout defenses here at Yankee Stadium. So 2nd and 5. Handoff to Alan Amici, the fullback. 9 offensive play against a 10 defense. Dice roll will go down 1. And it's a 56 on a base defense. The black die is an X. And it's a 56. It'll go to a 55B. 11 yards for Alan. 9 yards for Alan Amici. He picks up the 1st down and a little bit more. Brings it out to the Colts 39. Another good run by Alan Amici. He scored the touchdown from 2 yards out. Thus, a 7-0 lead. Extra point was good. Under 8 minutes of play in the half, Amici picks up 9 yards. The horse starting to plow now. As that is plus 9. Amici down to 6 carries. And they're going to give the ball to Dupree now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, they're going to hand off to Dupree. Hand off to the left halfback, Dupree. And that's a 16. And Dupree's run is an 8. So that'll go down 2. So it's going to go to a 14. And it's a 7. Black tie is blank. It's a 7. And they have him keyed. And everybody and their mother's going to hit Dupree on this one. So a 16 goes down 2, 15, 14, minus a yard for Dupree. And it'll be 2nd and 11 as Andy Robustelli and friends introduce Dupree to the Yankee Stadium grass. -1. It will be 2nd and 11 with 7 minutes to play in the half. 2nd and 11. So Dupree, on his 2nd carry, goes -1. He now has 2 carries, 3 yards, and he's good for 7 carries. So 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Unitas is going to look for Raymond Berry. Short pass to the left end. 10 play against a 10 defense. They have Berry keyed. They're all over Berry. It's a 1-3. It stays a 1-3. Incomplete. As Berry is slammed to the grass. And it'll be 3rd and 10. What a pop put on him. As Berry went over the middle and Sam Huff said, "How do you do?" 7-0 Colts. 3rd and 10. Just over 6 minutes to play. Johnny U. Going to look for a medium pass to Barry. Barry looking for some revenge here on 3rd and 10. And he's not going to get that, that's for sure. 10 offensive play against a 15. And it is a bad play call, though. It's a blown coverage, but it's going to be a bad pass. 1-5 against an incomplete. And the Giants hold. 6 minutes left in the half. 7-0 Colts. And here comes the punter. So Johnny Unitas has gone really cold in this game. The defenses have been clamping down. And Ray Brown will come out to punt from his, back it up, 3, from his 35. So we'll add 3 to whatever his punt total is. Here's the punt by Brown, back deep for the Giants is Maynard. Last time he returned to punt, he fumbled, but the Giants recovered it and kept possession. And it's a 46. We go to the punt chart. So Brown, 46. It's a 47-yard punt from his 35. Fielded at the 18. Was that 46 on the punt? 47 yards. Mark that down. For Mr. Brown, Mr. Brown, 47 yards. And here comes Don Maynard. Well, it's 2 ticks for the punt and the return. So it'll be just over 5 minutes when the offense comes on the field, unless Maynard fumbles. And that's a 36. So let's see what Maynard does here on the 36 on a punt return. 5 yards. Brings it out to the Giant 23 on a 5-yard return on the punt. So Charlie Connerly, and actually they're going to go with Don Henrik now, as Connerly's been cold, so Henrik will come in. They played 2 quarterbacks in 58, the Giants, but mostly in this game they played Connerly. But they're going to go to Henrik and try to get something going here. Connerly did throw the pick that resulted in the touchdown on the Amici run. So Henrik comes in, 1st and 10 from the 23. And right off the bat, Henrik's going to test this vaunted Colt defense. He's going to look for McAfee, the tight end, on a medium pass. And he probably shouldn't have, because they have that keyed. Here comes the big pass rush. It's a 1-3, and that will go down to, it can't go down to a 1-1, as we're playing with the real rules, not house rules. I'll see how that goes. I kind of like the house rules better. So that is a 1-3. And they have the right play call. 1-3 goes to 1-2. And that ball is picked off. 17 yards downfield. And Tassif, actually Charlie Huff, comes up with the pick off. So Henrik fares no better than Charlie Connerly, as that's intercepted by Sam Huff, who was brought down immediately. So Huff with the pick, and it's a 2nd interception that the Giants have thrown. The Colts are in business, as the Giants just can't get any offensive going. Under 5 minutes to play, and here comes Johnny Unitas with a chance to score again. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, at the 40. Huff ranging back in pass coverage, the middle linebacker picks off the pass to the tight end, Mutchler. So 1st and 10 from the Giant 40 for Johnny Unitas and the Colts, up 7-0, and they're looking to pour it on here, folks. Under 5 minutes to play. Unitas is going to go for the kill. Lenny Moore comes out of the backfield. He is out wide. Medium pass. Lenny Moore in the flanker position. Here's the pass to Lenny Moore. It's a 17 off the board here. It's a 10 offensive play against a 10 defense. They need a high roll. It will stay the same. And that is a 56. They have Lenny Moore keyed, but Unitas zips it in there. And that's a 56. It stays a 56. And they have the right play call. So that would be the last column is the right play call. And a 56 against an E or a D, which are the correct play calls, is still a 20-yard gain. So 1st and 10 on the Giant 20 as Johnny Unitas hooks up with Lenny Moore, the Penn State grad, with 4 minutes to play in the half. What a toss by Johnny Unitas, who had gone cold. He had 1, 2, 3, 4 incomplete passes since that 18-yard completion. And now Lenny Moore now has an 18-yard completion and a 20-yard reception, and he's good for 2 more receptions. Very dangerous all-purpose back Lenny Moore. So that was 20 yards for Johnny U. So 1st and 10 on the 20. Moore will get a little rest here. And they're going to go handoff to Dupree, the halfback. And the handoff to Dupree is an 8 against a 10 defense. The dice roll will go down 2. If it's a 6-6 or a 1-1, it will stay. And you can't go up or down to those rolls per the real rules. I kind of like the house rules better. I realize they're house rules because that's the way we used to play, my brother and I, my friend. I knew something was weird with that. And they're keying Dupree. They got the right play call. The black die is a D, so they have the right defense, the Giants. It's a 3-5 on the handoff to Dupree. And it'll go 3-4-3-3 plus 1 yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. A 1-yard run for Dupree brought down by Robustelli and Huff. So Dupree, 3 carries, 4 yards. He has 6 more carries in him. 2nd and 9. Just over 3 minutes to play in the half. 2nd and 9 from the 19. Hand off Allen Amici. They're going to give the ball to the horse. He scored the touchdown from 2 yards out. And Amici, and this is a 9 offensive play call, and the handoff to Amici against a 10 defense. It's a 46 roll. They're keying Amici. So the Giants have the right play call. 46 goes to a 45, 4 yards for Amici, and it'll be 3rd and 5 from the Giants' 15. Under 3 minutes to play now in the half. 7-0 Colts. So 3rd and 5. Allen Amici picks up 4. He has 5 more carries in him. So 3rd and 5. And they're going to go pitch out to Lenny Moore. Can Moore get around the end? This is a 10 offensive play against a 10 defense. It's 5 on the Fran Tarkenton chart. And that's a 33. And the Giants, I don't think they're going to contain this as they're looking short pass. So the 33 stays a 33. H. So that's not a bad play call. 3 yards. So Lenny Moore comes up 2 yards short. And it's 4th and 2. And here comes the Weeb Eubanks as it's 2-minute warning. And now 1, 2, 3 plays left, but we can call it timeout. But it's 4th and 2. Lenny Moore picks up 3 yards on the pitch out. And he has 2 more carries in him with 2 more receptions. So 4th and 2. A field goal, you just add 10 yards because... No, you just add 7 yards, because the field goal posts hung out over the goal line, so you don't go back You don't add 17, you only add 7. So they're at the 12. It'd be a 19-yard field goal, and that means the straight-ahead kicker for the Colts would have to roll a 14 or better. So they're going to try to put the points on the board and go up 10-0, the Colts. And here comes Steve Myra, and he will attempt the 19-yard field goal. And double sixes. He bangs that thing through, as if we would have liked that on an offensive play call. It's 2 ticks for the kick, and it's 10-0 on the 19-yard field goal by Myra. So a 19-yard field goal. At the 1-minute mark, 19-yard field goal for Myra. 10-0 Colts. And 1 minute left. And then we have the kickoff and the return. That's going to take 2 off. So it's 10-0. And that's what it looks like it's going to be. So the interceptions have cost the Giants dearly. That's how the Colts have gotten both their both their scores, the touchdown and the field goal. And then a big pass, another big pass to Lenny Moore from Johnny Unitas. All right, here's the kickoff from the 40. And Giants have 3 timeouts, so they'll have 4 plays in total, because you call timeout and no ticks go off the clock. So we've already accounted for the kickoff and the return. Here's the kickoff. That's a 2-5. So Myra, 2-5 off the kickoff. That's a 59-yard kickoff. 20, 30, 40, 50 to the 1. So the Giants will have to return it. So that's a 59-yard kickoff. Giants open for a big return from Maynard. Here's Don Maynard. He wants a 6-6. Come on, 6-6. If you're a Giants fan, can Giants get something done on special teams? It's a 3-4. A 3-4 on the kick return, and that's 28 yards. So he gets it out to the 29. So 1st and 10 on the Giants' 29, and they have 4 plays left in the half. They'll call timeout. As Charlie Connerly has come back in the game. They've seen enough of Henrik, who on one pass threw a pickoff. Huff picked him off. Frank Gifford, halfback option pass. Let's see if Frank Gifford can complete a pass. He needs a high dice roll, and it's to the left end. So he's going to look for the halfback option pass. It's a 7 against a 10. Halfback option pass to the left end. Schnelker. They pitch out to Gifford. He's going to throw the ball. And it's a 36. And the Colts, black die is blank. The green die is a 4. They're playing prevent. So 36. And that goes back 3. And it's incomplete. So Gifford cannot complete a pass. So he throws one. I'll just mark it under Gifford. Pass, incomplete, halfback. So it's 2nd and 10. Giants will use their second timeout. If they get nothing here, well, you never know. You got to kind of call it. So it's 2nd and 10. They use their second timeout. They're going to go deep. Bomb, post, Frank Gifford. Oh, my Lord, that's a disaster. As they throw it downfield, and that is a 9. That's a base defense. 1-2 stays at a 1-2, and Connerly is sacked. Minus 10 yards. He doesn't get the ball off. So it goes from bad to worse. And it's now 3rd and 20. The Giants will not call timeout. Giants will not call timeout. The Colts will not call timeout. Actually, the Giants will call timeout. They're going to heave it up. Oh, I got to mark the incompletion. So this is their last timeout. Another incomplete. Connerly, 1 of 4. He's completed 2 passes, 1 for 5 yards to Frank Gifford, the other one an interception to the other team, Tassif. That's how the Colts scored their touchdown, 10-0 Colts. And we're going to heave it up to Rote. .21, he's going to throw to Rote, deep pass to Rote. They need a 6-6 here. And they're not going to get that, as it's a blitz. It's a 1-3. It'll drop to a 1-2. Can't go any lower than that on the adjustment. And a 1-2. And that's another pickoff for Connerly, except it's 32 yards downfield. And we'll make it 31 yards downfield, as we'll move it up 1. 10, 20, 30. So picked off as they go deep down the middle to Rote. Picked off at the 49. And now Johnny Unitas and the Colts with 3 timeouts. They have 4 plays. Oh my Lord, I sure just ran the ball into the line. So another pickoff by Connerly. As this has been a defensive slobber knocker, the difference, when the ball has been turned over, the Colts have gotten it. And when the opportunities for a turnover come with the Giants, the Colts have recovered their own fumbles. So the third pick off by Giants quarterbacks, and we're going to give that to out wide. We're going to give it to Tassif again. Let's give it to Tassif again. What the heck? Second interception. I mean, there's a way you could roll the dice and stuff I made up, but who cares? So here comes Johnny Unitas, 1st and 10 on their 49. 4 plays left in the half. And Unitas is going to go to Lenny Moore. This is a 10 offensive play. Lenny Moore still has 2 receptions in him. Make sure Lenny Moore. Yep, still 2 receptions. He has receptions of 18 and 20 yards. So they're going to look for Lenny Moore as he split out wide. Medium pass to the flanker, Lenny Moore. That's a 17 off the chart. And it's a 9 base defense for the Giants. It's a 2-4. And that falls incomplete. Colts use their second timeout, 2nd and 10. Colts have to be wary not to get a pickoff like the Giants have had 3 times. So 2nd and 10. They're going to go again. Medium pass, Lenny Moore. And it's a 2-6. It stays a 2-6. That's a flag. So penalty on the play. So the timeout is wasted. Now let's see what the penalty's on. That's a 3-4 on the penalty roll. And that's on the defense, 5 yards. Not that it matters. So it'll be 2nd and 5. 1 more timeout. So 2 plays left for the Colts. So that was a penalty. PI plus 5 on New York. 2 more plays left. Medium pass, Lenny Moore. That's a 5-6. Unitas connects up with Moore. The blitz doesn't get there, as Unitas just gets the pass off as he's crunched by Robustelli and Rosie Greer. But he hits Lenny Moore in stride. That's a 5-6. It stays a 5-6 on the blitz. And that's a long gainer. Thank God we called timeout. So here's the long gainer chart. And that's a 45. This could be a TD. 45, 54 yards. And they're on the 46. Touchdown. Lenny Moore from Johnny Unitas. And it's 16-0. It's looking more like the 1959 championship game for the Colts and the Giants. with seconds left. 15 seconds left in the half. What did I say? That was a 46-yard touchdown pass. 46-yard TD pass. Unitas to Moore. So it's 16-0. Here's Myra for the extra point, and it's good. 23, he boots it right down the middle. And now they'll kick off the ball, and that'll be the half. So the extra point is good. And it's now 17-0 Colts. Ouch. And Lenny Moore has one reception left in him. My God, Moore has killed them. 46-yard TD. So Johnny Unitas to Lenny Moore. The Giants fans and their team will have nightmares of that in the offseason. Plus 46 TD. Johnny U. And here's Myra to kick off. This will be the last. The kickoff and the return will be the last play. The kickoff is a 1-3 for Myra. 49 yards. Takes it down to the 11. And here's Maynard. He needs a 6-6. He gets a 3-6, so that will end the half. Let's just write down the stats. 3-6 on the kick return, 30 yards, and the half is over. And the Colts get the ball in the second half because the Giants had the kickoff in the first. So what was that? 3-6, 30 yards. Does not matter. So Maynard with plus 30. And that's the half. 17-0 Colts. The turnovers have killed. All the points have come off interceptions. We should have ran the ball on the line, I guess. So 17-0 at the half. And the Colts get it first. Let me write that down before I forget. Colts get ball to start. Second half. Well, 17-0 Colts. The scoring went as follows after a Tassif interception. That brought it to the 5. Alan Amici finished the drive. An Amici 1-yard run. And then Moore with a 2-yard run. And Amici plowed in from 2 yards out. Extra point good by Myra, 7-0. And then with a minute, just over a minute left in the half, Myra, after an interception, second interception, that was a Huff interception. Then they drove down after a big pass play to Moore. 19-yard field goal, 10-0. And then the Giants trying to throw the ball downfield, hoping for a penalty or a big play. And Tassif for the Colts gets his second pick. And then a long touchdown pass as Johnny Unitas is crunched by Robustelli. And Rosie Greery gets the pass off, and he hits Lenny Moore in stride. 46 yards, TD. Extra point good. We go to the half, 17-0 Colts. Again, this is looking more like the 1959 championship game for the Colts. So let's just mark that down. We're going to call it a stream as it is 9:07. And we'll start to prepare for our 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time chat with Al and our guest, Comics with Bueller, also joining us. The usual suspects, OG, the original Grognard, that's Devin, and Dog Sidious, and we're hoping to have Chris from Stratomatic, Delaware. And also you fine folks. So, should be a fun time as always. Thank you very much. I'd like to say thank you to Comics with Bueller, the original Grognard, Ken Castro, Phantomatic, and John St. Baptiste. Thank you very much. And that's the first half. We'll come back probably tomorrow with the second half. It was a lot of fun. At the half, the 1958 Colts 17, the 1958 Giants nothing. 3 interceptions produced 17 points for the Colts, as those were the seeds that bore the fruit. Remember, watch out for that big hit over the middle. Health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Make sure to join us for Chat with Al. We're going to have Comics with Bueller, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You know what's coming, folks. Peace!